Shalom and grace to you. In Mark 6:31, Yeshua told his disciples, "Come away by yourselves and rest a while." So during August, in place of our live broadcasts, we have the Tlm Life Ministries devotional series. We look forward to being back together live on Shabbat, September 5th, 2026. We trust you'll be edified, encouraged, and empowered by these devotionals as disciples of our Messiah, Yeshua. On this Tlm Life Ministries devotional series, we're looking at Matthew 7:13 through 20. The fruit tells the truth. Yeshua is now focusing on the idea that a person's life eventually reveals what kind of tree they are. When you're buying fruit at the grocery store, you don't just grab the first piece you see, you inspect it. You look at the color, you check for bruises, you may gently squeeze it to see if it's too hard or too soft. Why? Because the outside can look good, but what matters is whether the fruit is actually good. Yeshua says the same thing about people who want to influence us. Don't just listen to what they say. Don't be impressed by the position or platform or personality. Look at what their life produces, their character, their choices, and the way they treat people. Before you decide who deserves your trust and who you're willing to follow, check the fruit. Yeshua begins by saying, "Enter by the narrow gate. For the gate is wide and the way is easy that leads to destruction, and those who enter by it are many. For the gate is narrow and the way is hard that leads to life, and those who find it are few." Yeshua is comparing two gates. They vary in size and purpose. The first gate he describes as being narrow. It may be difficult and not necessarily easy to get through, but passable. But this way leads to life. Sadly, only a few people seem to find it and follow. Yeshua's audience knew that in ancient Israel and other Near Eastern fortified cities, there were narrow pedestrian cutouts built into or next to massive city gates for people to get through. This teaching probably made them think of that. The second gate is wide, and that extra width makes the way easy to get through. And the way it leads to is chaos, calamity, and confusion, which will destroy your life. And for some reason, many people follow that way. I think what Yeshua says next will tell us why. "Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly are ravenous wolves. You will recognize them by their fruits. Are grapes gathered from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? So every healthy tree bears good fruit, but the diseased tree bears bad fruit." False prophets. Notice something about them. They come to you. Paul refers to them as false teachers in Acts chapter 20, verses 29 and 30, where it reads, "I know that after I, Paul, have gone, savage wolves will come in among you, not sparing the flock. Some, even from your own group, will come, distorting the truth in order to entice the disciples to follow them." Do you notice the repeated word? They will come to you. Beware whose words you follow. There are false prophets and teachers who would lead you through the broad gate. Don't be deceived by the words they use. Check their fruit, because the fruit tells the truth. It reminds me of someone we're told, a blessed person. They delight in Yahweh's instructions day and night, and they're like trees planted by rivers of water, bringing forth their fruit in its season. And the idea here is that the fruit they produce is healthy, hearty, and wholesome. Then Yeshua says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but he who does the will of my Father who is in heaven will enter. Many will say to me on that day, 'Lord, Lord, in your name Did we not prophesy, and in your name cast out demons, and in your name do many miracles? And then I will declare to them, I never knew you. Depart from me, you who practice lawlessness. To drive the point home, Yeshua talks about people who do miraculous and marvelous works in his name, legitimate works. But when they say, we know you, Yeshua, we did these marvelous things in your name, Yeshua is going to respond, I never knew you, because you don't practice my Father's word. You don't keep his commands, precepts, and his statutes. You don't keep the instructions, directions, and wisdom that he gives to you. You say one thing, but you're doing something else with your life. This means there are people who can do great things for God in the name of his son, Yeshua, but they are still not to be followed. They remind me of a prophet by the name of Balaam. You can read about him in Numbers 22. He wasn't a false prophet because his prophecies did not come to pass. He was a false prophet because they did come to pass. And rather than drawing people toward Yahweh, he drew them away. The overall idea here is that the fruit tells the truth about a person. What we see in your life, is it true? Do we see what the Father and Yeshua see? Are you living in alignment with the fruit that we see in your life? It's really not about knowing Yeshua. The question is, does Yeshua know you? Shalom.